So last night I used some latex and poured it onto some crumpled tin foil. So you can see the latex here. The tin foil is going to give the latex a really nice skin effect once we peel it off here. So the side that's visible, this here, is nice and smooth. And then when we peel it off, the underside will be textured. So I'm just going to flip it around. And break a few of these. So we've got some smaller pieces to work with. There. It's nice textured pieces. And we're going to color these with my Ben Nye and Kryolan. And then once they're colored, we're going to attach it to the face. There's another one, a couple smaller pieces. Okay, so gonna use some zombie colors, and again I'm just using really cheap brushes from the craft store. My angled brush, pointed brush, flat brush, and Cosmetic sponges, and my favorite tool is of course the Stipple sponge. So we'll give it a base color. We'll go for a fleshy tone. So obviously clean your palette if you're in between clients. This is just left over from the last look that I did, and it went on my face. This is all gonna go on my face, so I'm not too worried about it. So palette, color, and we're gonna get to painting. You can see it start to form here. So you can really use any color you want. Again, it's personal preference. Depends on the color palette you're using, the zombie look that you're going for. I like to make my pieces ahead of time. In my spare time, I'll make these pieces when I know that I'm going to go to an event where I need to dress up as a zombie, or I'm going to have clients that are dressing up as zombies. This is really good for making the appearance of burned skin as well. Then you're not having to build directly onto their face. It kind of just cuts down time the day of. Oh, here we go. So this is the color I'm using out of my Kryolan palette, and it is number 072. So I have my base color with that fleshy tone, and I'm going to go in with some reds. I'm going to use the reds out of my Ben Nye palette. I'm going to go with this one to start with. Okay, so we are using this color here, and we're going to use a stipple sponge, and we're going to stipple this onto our pieces. You just see what it's doing here. Okay. So you can build up the color. So I'm starting with a lighter red. Just some light taps with my stipple sponge. And then I'm going to go in with the darker reddish purple. Okay, I'll show you what these look like. And we'll add a little bit of this one too here. I'm putting the dark purple, oh, that fell apart, closer to the edge. Okay, now that I have my colors on there, I'm going to use, this is just a really old fan brush that I have, so I'm going to use that to put some powder over top. And what the powder is going to do is it's going to set the grease paints that we put on our latex. So I really love the Ben Nye neutral set. This guy's broken, so that's why I have him in a bag here, and he looks pretty well used. So just going to tap a little bit onto my fluffy brush here, not too much. And I'm just going to tap. I'm going to tap. You don't want to wipe. If you use swiping motions, then you end up wiping the colors, and then you're going to get rid of that effect that we have on here. You're going to end up smearing the colors together in places that we don't want that. So I'm just tapping the powder on there. This is a messy job, so make sure you have paper towel or something underneath that you can just discard when you're done. Okay, so my pieces are done. So they're done. I can put them away for use at a later date, or just go ahead and continue on with my look that I'm gonna do. So they're fleshy tones with some reds and some purples, and we're gonna attach this to my face in a bit here. Some different pieces. And this big guy. This little one.